Welcome to the Class Business Podcast. I'm Krissy Monaghan, your host, and today we're joined by Anna Coggan, a Caterpillar Music franchisee in Newark, who has grown her business from 6 weekly classes to a team delivering classes across nurseries, play centres, cafes and care homes, including her much-loved intergenerational session. Anna is a finalist for Scaling Business of the Year at the Class Business Awards. I'm excited about this interview, so let's dive in. Anna, it's amazing to have you with us today on the podcast. For everyone that's listening online or watching us on YouTube, please tell everyone who you are, what do you do and where do you do it?
Hello, I'm Anna and I run Caterpillar Music Newark up in Nottinghamshire and Lincolnshire.
How long have you been in business? Because it's a long time.
It is a long time. I've been running classes now for 12 years.
12 years. What did you do before that?
Before that, I was a primary school teacher. I'd done that. That's all I ever wanted to do was be a primary school teacher. And then I was signed off work with stress. Still wanted to work with children, desperately still wanted to work with children, but I just couldn't do the whole in the classroom thing. So found Caterpillar Music and I've been there ever since.
So when you say you always wanted to be a teacher, where did that come from? Like when you were a child, you were like organising people or teaching?
Yeah, I don't really know actually, because my parents are both medical. Both of them are doctors. I knew I absolutely didn't want to do that. But I just always liked being around younger children. I always liked supporting people. When I was at primary school, I used to help the younger ones at playtime. Then secondary school, when we did work experience, I went back into a primary school and I'm now actually delivering Caterpillar music sessions in the classroom of the school I went to work experience when I was 15.
Oh, full circle.
And at that school, which is really lovely, like a full circle.
And so
yeah, I think that was my calling. At one time I wanted to be an air stewardess and another time I did want to be a magician's assistant. But
okay, we got from air hostess.
I was dancing in a pantomime and one of the people in the pantomime was a magician.
All right.
And he was looking for an assistant. I was about probably 16, 17. And I came home and went, oh, he really wants an assistant. I could do it. And my mum was like, well, you could, but maybe you should finish your A-levels first and then revisit. And of course, by the time I'd done my A-levels, I was ready to
already getting into the system and off to
do my teacher training and all of that.
Yeah, become a teacher. So obviously it's a pretty sad story that you had to leave teaching because obviously you love doing it. But it's on the flip side, you've now built a business around what you absolutely love doing. So you're still working with children, but every day you're now delivering your classes. Can you tell everyone a bit about what you actually do in the classes?
Yeah, so each of our classes has a different theme. So every week although the structure remains the same, the theme is different. So I feel like that keeps it fresh, not just for the children, but it keeps it fresh for me because I'm not doing absolutely the same thing every week. So like this morning, I've been into the garden. We do nursery rhymes, puppets, musical instruments and action songs. The action song bit might change every week. So it might be a parachute, it might be ribbons. It might just be a dancing, jumping about, being silly, having a lovely time. But the structure, the children know the structure, so that really helps them to feel secure in what we're doing. But like I said, the theme changes it every week, so you just get that little bit of difference.
And when you first started, like those 12 years ago, how many classes did you start with?
I started with 6. And looking back, I started with 6 in 6 different locations. Looking back, I wouldn't have done that. I probably would have gone for 3 classes and then added a second one once I got going. But you don't know that, do you, until you start? No. So I started in 6 classes, 6 venues. And now we're up to the point where I've got a team and we're delivering 40 sessions a week.
Wow. So let's just walk through that because obviously there's lots going to be providers listening to this, thinking about how they can either grow their business or how to recruit, etc. So you started with 6 locations. Did you keep those 6 locations or did you end up trimming down to then build them to a capacity then to obviously then start expanding?
I kept them for a really long time, but then I started to add in nurseries because they were hearing about what I was doing, so that they were then asking for sessions. So as those nurseries built, I then felt I was in a position that I could move the community classes that weren't working, that maybe I wasn't getting enough people. So I was still running the same number of sessions, bringing in a decent amount of income, but not having to run those ones with 2 or 3 people. I think we've all had those classes where it doesn't matter what you do, you end up with 2 or 3. So it morphed really gradually over time, with more nurseries coming on board. And then I would do a bit more advertising before I started a new venue, which I didn't really do that when I started. I think I thought I was just going to open and everybody would come.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen like that.
No. Sadly, it doesn't work like that way. So were you just like solo delivering on your own then at that time? Yeah.
And I did that for about 4 years. 3 or 4 years.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, when did you come to the decision that you needed to grow a team?
I was getting a lot more inquiries from nurseries. And I do love nurseries, but my passion is my community classes. I love the relationships with the parents. And there'll be other people who are the other way around, like they love the nurseries and would avoid the community classes. So I knew I wanted somebody to take on those nurseries, which would mean I could open more community sessions. And I did take somebody on. She was a parent, actually, who came to my classes, another ex-teacher. And she did an absolutely brilliant job, and then COVID hit. So after COVID, it took me a little while then to rebuild my team, because that member of staff decided during COVID she was going to go in a different direction. So it gave me a time to reassess and look at what I was going to do next. But then gradually I've built up again. I've learnt a lot of lessons along the way.
What lessons are that?
Lovely team.
What would you share as a lesson for somebody listening? Because obviously, when COVID hit, everybody came to a grinding halt. Then they were figuring out if they're going online or not online. Some people did, some people didn't. Then obviously when we came out, there was a massive boom, because obviously everybody wants to get back to classes, and then it sort of went back down again, and now it's sort of stabilised. So what lessons did you learn through that whole process?
Look, COVID actually was really good for me, because I did a lot of pay-as-you-go prior to COVID, because I thought as a parent that was what everybody wanted, and I took my parent head into my business rather than a business head into my business. So after COVID, when we were so limited with space, I only had 10 spaces really in each class, I had to get people to commit and book a term at a time, which meant then pay-as-you-go went. And because classes were always full, they remained full, and lots of them have remained full to this day. They're still like that. So that model helped me massively to keep those spaces full.
Yeah.
And I really think that I focused on advertising all the time, whereas prior I would have just waited till there was a space and then advertised. I don't do that now. I'm advertising constantly, even if a class is full, and building up a waiting list, which again I didn't do prior to COVID. It also got me online and got me in front of the camera. I'd have never done that in a million years prior to COVID. Whereas now I'm quite happy just to jump in front of the camera and go live, and if I look a mess, it doesn't matter. Nobody really minds, do they now? They're used to seeing people in their everyday life and not polished, and I wouldn't have done that before.
And then when did you start? So obviously then you had to rebuild your team again.
Yeah. And I started probably about a year or so after COVID that I took on my first new member of staff. And then gradually I've built up. I've just taken on another one. So we're now a team of 5. Okay.
That's quite a lot. It's a small, a little army that can get out there.
It's growing. Yeah. It's a whole new set of skills.
Yes.
Being a manager, being an employer, it's a bit like when you first buy your business, you have to learn all these skills about how to run a business, and you just think you've cracked certain things, and then you become a manager and an employer, and you have a whole new set of skills to learn. But I'm quite lucky because I've got really good people around me, and I network a lot. So I've got people who've been there and done it, and I ask them. I'm not scared to ring somebody and say, I'm doing this, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me? I think sometimes we feel as a provider that we're failing if we don't know, but you've got to ask somebody. There'll always be somebody who will help you.
And what did you learn about recruitment? Because I know, like, talking to many providers, that is one of the biggest bottlenecks at the moment, is finding the right people due to that, like the limited hours, etc. How did you overcome that?
I've got to be really, really clear in my head what I want. And that has sort of morphed a little bit as I've gone along. I know definitely what I don't want. So now it's shaping that into what I do want, and making sure that when people are applying, they know that that's what you want. You know, being really clear in your advertising and your discussions with them, and making sure that they've got the chance to communicate and contact you and ask you questions. And it isn't just a form now. You know, I have my WhatsApp number on there. So, Anna, if you want to talk about this before you apply, message me or ring me, or, you know, and I think that makes you a bit more open for people and makes them feel more comfortable before they start the process. It's still not easy recruiting. I still find it challenging, but I'm much better at it than I was. So I feel like I'm moving forwards.
Yeah, and there are people out there, aren't there, that do want the hours and do want to work. It's like you said, it's just trying to find the right people that's a good fit for you and the brand and obviously what you're delivering.
Yeah, they've got to be the right person. For me, they've got to be the right person that fits in my team. They could be brilliant, but if they're not the right person for my team, they're not the right person. You know, right. I've got to have somebody that I feel comfortable with and that they feel comfortable with me. And I know that they're going to go out and represent my brand as I would. And that's really hard because it's your baby. And to hand it over to someone when you've worked so hard to build it up it's nerve-wracking. It's really nerve-wracking.
Yeah. That's part of, if you're going to grow, like obviously you made a decision in your head. Like some people, you know, I was chatting with someone the other day and they were like, they don't want to grow and they're very content just running themselves. And if you make the decision to grow, then your only option really, is to build a team that can obviously work on your behalf. And you guys are out delivering community sessions and nursery sessions, and you do intergenerational work as well?
We do. Yeah, we do. We're up to 7 homes now, 7 homes a week. I started with one 10 years ago. We went to the first one, and I'm still at that one. I've got some residents there that I've had the whole decade, which is amazing. They're my favourite. I love them, absolutely love them. The residents look forward to seeing the children so much. And they build relationships outside of our classes, which is really lovely. Like I've got one little boy and he meets the same resident every week. So he arrives, they have a little chat, they send each other Christmas cards, birthday cards. They have he makes drawings for him and brings them in. Last week they're running up and down at the end of the class together. We were like, you really need to not run quite so much. Because sometimes I think our resident forgets that he's as old as he is and actually can't go running around like that. He's been down on the floor with them. I mean, he's brilliant. He's so much fun. All the children are gravitate towards him, but this particular boy, they've got a really, really beautiful relationship. But he's going to school in September. I think they'll keep in touch though, because he comes with grandma. So I think they'll probably keep that relationship going. I hope that they do.
It's lovely to hear that, you know, you're doing that amazing work and that bringing that connection between the children and the residents, so they're not isolated, isn't it? Because I feel like it's one of those activities is to reduce isolation, keep them moving, keep them active. Yeah,
and so many residents now don't see their children or their grandchildren very often because everybody moves all over the country and all over the world. You know, one way the world's opened up and it's great, but And an iPad's nice, but it's not the same as having that human interaction and, really building up a friendship and a relationship. And so seeing children, young children particularly, who have no inhibitions at all and just will talk to them about anything. And they don't mind. If someone's got dementia and they're saying the same thing to that child 20 times, that child doesn't mind. They're quite happy to answer the same question 20 times. It's really lovely to watch. It's really very, very special.
It sounds amazing. And how many, you talk about you're doing is it 40 sessions a week? How many people are you how many children and adults
between 400 and 500 a
wow.
week. That's with all our schools and our nurseries, because we do a lot of schools and nurseries as well.
Yeah.
So we go right up to reception with schools, which is really nice. And then those schools have come about from me being in one school. That head teacher has moved to another school and taken me with them. So I'm now, I've now got another school. Or they're a governor and they've seen me and recommend. So I'm not even really having to advertise my schools, which is it's lovely.
No.
It's a lovely position to be in. But yeah, so they're just growing and growing.
And what's the plan for the rest of this year, Anna? Did you have it? What was your goal? Is obviously you're working with up to 500 people a week already. Is the plan to continue growing?
I've just bought another postcode area to expand into. It's close by to me. It's really close to me. So I want to grow into there. I've just taken on a new member of staff, so they're picking up 4 new sessions initially, and then they are hoping to grow with me over the next few months. So I'm hoping that we'll add another probably 8 sessions by the end of the year. That's the plan.
That's amazing. And do you ever envisage that you'll come out of delivery? Because I assume, do you still teach?
I love it. I know you should, as a manager, come out, but that's what I do it for. I absolutely love it. And when I've sat down and looked at the timetable and gone, right, when can I give myself a day? I'll have one day when I'm not teaching. There isn't a day when there isn't something on that day that I really love that I don't want to give to anybody else. That time might come. It might come. But at the minute, I love it.
So are you out teaching every day then?
Yeah.
So you're still knee deep in it all.
I do about 18 sessions a week.
Blimey, Anna, how are you doing 18 sessions a week, managing a team of staff? How are you managing that?
I do a lot in the evenings, which, yeah. When you stop primary school teaching, I said, I'll have all this time back.
Yeah.
I don't have it, but it's very different because I'm working on my own business. I'm not doing all those hours for someone else. I'm doing it for me and for my team and for my business. So it doesn't feel like it felt when I was teaching.
No.
And I did take a week off the other week. I went off to North Wales on holiday. I could do that. I could take a whole week. The staff carried on working. Yeah. So, I can take a step back. But at the minute, I'm not ready to drop the teaching.
Not quite ready for that one. And obviously, if you've been, 12 years of delivery, you must have impacted thousands of children. Do you know the number off the top of your head?
I don't know the number. No, I've never worked it out. I should really.
Yeah, you should.
It will be.
It's got to be thousands. And if we look at you must have children or people that came into your world when you first started who are probably 11 years old now.
They're older than that, some of them.
Yeah,
they're in they came to me when they were 3.
Yeah.
When I started, and they're now, doing their GCSEs. They're 15. And I've got one grandparent who left last week, having been with me for 12 years.
Wow.
Because she came when I started with her eldest grandson, and then she's come with all the grandchildren afterwards. So I've had 4 grandchildren, and she's been there the whole time. She's been with me every single step. So it's going to be really funny next term not to have her there.
Yeah, that must be very, very bizarre. And you must have so many stories of impact that that the classes have had on children. Can you share anything specifically, or is it just too many?
I think there's just too many. there's too many. But I have one little boy who, he loved my puppets, like absolutely. By the time he left with his birthdays and Christmas presents and things, he almost had as many as I did of the really big puppet. And he was really non-verbal when he first came. But by the time he left, he wasn't just singing, he was talking. But he was using the puppets as his mean of communication. So he would go around. His mum would send me videos of him at home with all his teddy bears sort of sat round, and him going round with his puppets. He's crouched down because that's what I do to reach the children's level. But he was singing and interacting in a way there's no way you'd have done that when he first came. So that was gorgeous to see, the fact that he built that vocabulary just from singing.
Yeah.
And then you get other children who would just build their confidence. Like they come and they sit on a knee and they don't move for the first probably few months even. And then gradually they start to come forwards and they come and sit on your knee for row your boat, or grab a puppet and stand at the front and lead with you. And that's just brilliant. And then they're ready when they go to school, then they've got that confidence to interact with people and talk to people and, make some new friends, which...
I would love to know your thoughts, because obviously you've been working with children for the last 12 years, pretty much seeing them every day. What difference have you seen from 12 years ago to children now? Because there must be a difference in how they behave, and like the people, like a lot of people who the podcast have been talking about children and their confidence, and I'm like, why have we got an issue with so many children not having confidence? So I'm just interested in your perspective. Like, have you seen a difference in years ago?
Not so much with the confidence, but I think that's maybe because of the people that my classes attract in the first place, of those children that want to sort of get out there. Concentration is a big one. Children haven't got the same concentration that they had when I first started. I need to be on them a little bit more in terms of bringing them in to my little circle. Whereas before they probably would have been happier sitting further away and just engaged from where they are. Now they need you to be doing all the time, which they didn't before. But they're still gorgeous to work with, all of them. I think I see a bigger difference in schools, really.
Okay.
When I'm doing my community classes, I have a lot more needs within schools now. A lot more children who need more focused activities, or don't like certain things, have an aversion to certain noises or certain textures or certain puppets. I've got some puppets that I absolutely can't use with certain children, and I've never really had that in community classes. But then I've got one school now that put me in, they've got a special needs unit, and I go in there to do sessions with those children who were struggling in a class setting. But if they're in a smaller group and they've got more freedom, they engage brilliantly with the session. It's just, the classroom's just too big, too many children, too many needs to cater for all in one session.
Yeah, like with one teacher maybe and a support assistant. Yeah.
I'm very fortunate. All my schools are very, very good at interacting with me. They're in with me. It's not a case of, Anna's here, we can just off we go. They're not. None of my schools, all my nurseries are like that. They're all engaged with the session. They're writing observations, or they're supporting with the children, asking questions that maybe they couldn't do if they were trying to lead the whole thing. It's definitely teamwork.
Yeah, I just find it fascinating because obviously I'm 51 and I don't know how old you are.
Exactly the same.
Oh, okay. So we're probably from the same time. And when I was young, at primary school age, I used to play out on the streets. We'd be on our bikes. We'd be up to probably mischief. We were more freedom, and we were definitely more... We would take far more risks. Like, honestly, the things we used to get up to because I grew up in London. And I know as a parent myself, I've not let my children take those risks. because it's been like, oh no, don't do that. Oh no, you're going to fall. Oh no, you're going to do.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I was a kid, if you broke your arm, it was literally like, yay.
Yeah, come on, up you get.
Yeah, up you get. Because we used to be in adventure playgrounds. We used to, so we sort of grew up in this environment where I suppose we were exposed to more stuff. And I just feel like, maybe I know it's changed because I know from my own, like bringing up my own children, that they've not been exposed to that. And then obviously, I think it does have a knock-on effect at some point.
Yeah, it does. And I think social media has helped so many things, but it has made us all more aware of risks. Because a lot of the things that now we see as major risks have always been there.
Yes.
But we are so aware of them now that we do feel like we have to try and manage them, because obviously you want to keep your little people safe.
Safe, yes.
Don't you? Yeah. Any parent wants to keep their child safe. And if that means, avoiding a certain thing, or, let me help you, don't climb on that, then you can do it, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I recommend to a lot of my parents another provider near me. There's Tumble Tots near me.
Oh, they're a great brand. I love Tumble Tots.
My children both went to Tumble Tots, and I loved them, absolutely loved them, because they taught them how to climb things safely. They taught them they didn't say, you can't climb things. They didn't take the risk away. They just sort of helped them to learn how to do it in a safer way. And so then as a parent, when you're at the park, you're like, oh, this is all right. I can let them take that risk. I can let them climb up that enormous, great cargo net.
Yes.
Waiting for them to fall.
Yeah.
But they've got to take these risks.
Yeah.
As have we as business owners.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I honestly think that's one of the reasons that obviously I'm an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. Is one of the reasons I do feel like I can take risks is because I was exposed to it as I grew up, and so I'm not risk averse. I just let's do it. Let's go forward. Whereas some other people, like I've talked to, and they're like, oh, it took me years to make that decision. And I'm like, I can make it because I'm like, let's just give it a go. What's the worst going to happen? I'm going to fall on my face. I get up again, go again.
I still have that fear of failure. I still have that little niggle, but I'm getting braver. Every year I get a little bit braver.
Yeah.
So I'll do things now that I wouldn't have done 12 months ago. I'll do things that I wouldn't have done 5 years ago.
Yeah. About moving forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the
it's
business.
just like baby steps.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're so excited that you're a finalist with us at the Class Business Awards, but
I do
know being a finalist is not new to you because your business is award winning and you've won multiple awards, haven't you?
I have won multiple awards. This one feels different though because it's a scaling business, so it's a different type of award for me, and it feels like it's looking at something that I haven't probably put myself out there about before. So yeah, I'm excited. Very excited.
It is, and you're doing amazing things and having an amazing impact. And like I've told other people, we had a team of 20 judges, and each category was judged by 3 independent business owners. So the fact that you're being recognised by people from all different walks of life and businesses, I just think is amazing for everybody because it's not specific to the sector either.
Yeah. I mean, these ones are open to all classes, aren't they? Which, again, is something a little bit different and a little bit out of my norm.
Yeah.
But, like I was saying, I'm baby steps and pushing myself out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah. Keep moving forward. Oh, so if anyone, if a school or a nursery or a member of the public wants to find out about the amazing work you're doing, and obviously find out how they can get involved in your activities, where's the best place for them to contact you?
The best place is probably either Facebook or Instagram. I'm there as Caterpillar Music Newark, so it's probably the easiest to remember. My email address and my WhatsApp are both on there, so they're
brilliant.
Easy.
And if there's a provider that wants to know about how about to grow their business, obviously you've done the do. You're in care homes, you're in nurseries, you've built teams and that. So where's the best place for them to contact you? Probably again, WhatsApp or social media. They can get in touch with me any method that they like. I'll always work with other providers because other providers have supported me and continue to do so.
I work alongside a lot of other groups locally, so we do collaborations all the time and support each other, because if you don't, it's very lonely.
Yeah.
You don't speak. We're not in competition. There's enough people out there for all of us to grow.
I love that.
So I think, just reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions and help if I can.
Oh, amazing. Well, I can't wait to see you in person on the 10th of October with us in Birmingham. Thank you so much for giving up your time to join us today in between you teaching. It is really appreciated. And thank you for being part of the awards programme.
Well, thank you for having me.